This is me, Abdul Qureshi, lecturer commerce, Government Boys Higher Secondary School, Batpora, Magam, Handwara. Today I am delivering a lecture here at my home instead of school due to the circumstances created by coronavirus throughout the world. Today my topic is assets, belongs to the subject accountancy of class 11th. Well, dear students, let's begin. What does the term asset mean? An asset is a physical object. Yes, it is a physical object having money value. A physical object having money value. That means all those things, all those goods or services, all those products which can be converted into cash easily. Yes, the goods which can be converted into cash, which have the money value, or in simple words we can say the products or the property controlled by an entrepreneur, controlled by an entrepreneur, or we can say an entrepreneur, or a company, or a firm. The things controlled by a firm are also known as assets. Assets can also be considered as a solid property of an entrepreneur. Asset is a solid property of an entrepreneur of the business. Say for example, cash itself is an asset. Cash itself is asset. There is no need to convert it into cash because it is itself cash. Another example, stock of goods. Stock of goods. If a company possesses some stock for sale, it is an asset lying with the company. Another example, investment. Dear students, by the term investment, you know it is an asset. For example, if we purchase a piece of land for rupees 20 lakh in the current year and sell the same for rupees 25 lakh next year. This year we purchased a piece of land for rupees 20 lakh and sold the same for rupees 25 lakh. That means we have earned rupees 5 lakh by this investment. We invested rupees 20 lakh and by this investment we earned rupees 5 lakh as a profit. This is called investment. This investment is an asset. Another example, land and building. A company is having a piece of land. In this land, an entrepreneur constructs the building, and in this building we kept our office or a company or organization for business purposes with a view to earn income, profit or revenue. This cash stock of goods, investment, land and building, computers, vehicles, etc. These are all called assets. Vehicles are also assets. For example, a company possesses its own transport. It purchases goods and uses its own transport, sells the same products and uses the same transport for delivery of the goods to the next company. So this is an asset with a company. Similarly, computers, machines, etc. These are the items, the physical objects which are possessing the money value and are lying with the company as assets. To be more clear, dear students, let's know the types of assets. Assets, as we know, these are of two types. Number one, we can write it as A, non-current assets. Number one, non-current assets. Number two, current assets. Non-current assets and current assets. These are the two types of assets. Let's elaborate the first type of assets. That is, let me write as A, non-current assets. These are also known as fixed assets. Current assets are also known as fixed assets. You should remember it, my dear students. Non-current assets are also known as fixed assets. These non-current assets are those assets which are purchased for long-term use in the firm. Those assets which are purchased for long-term use in the company. We can elaborate it again. To understand it easily, we can say that a company can use these products for a long time or for years together. One thing is there, these non-current assets are not meant for resale or sale. Non-current assets are those assets which are purchased for long-term use in the company but are not meant for resale. We can't sell these non-current assets or fixed assets. For example, we have land and building. Land and building is such an asset with a company which cannot be sold for a long time. Similarly, we have plant and machinery. Machines should not be sold as quickly as possible. No, these should be kept with the company with a view to earn income, with a view to improve the organization. We have another example, vehicles, computers, furniture, lockers. These are the assets lying with the company which are known as fixed assets and should be fixed in the company, should not be converted in the cash within a shortest period of time. These non-current assets also has two types. Assets are of two types, that means non-current assets and current assets. And we have not yet gone through these current assets. We are discussing the first type, that is non-current assets or fixed assets. These fixed assets or non-current assets, this is of two types. Number one, tangible asset. Number two, intangible asset. Non-current assets are of two types. Number one, tangible asset. Number two, intangible asset. What are these tangible assets? Let's know. Tangible assets are those assets. Let's write here. Tangible assets are those assets which can be touched or seen. Tangible assets, these are those assets which can be touched or seen. For example, computer, vehicle. This is also a fixed asset, this is also a fixed asset or a non-current asset. But that type of non-current assets which can be seen or touched. Computer is a tangible asset. Yes, what is a tangible asset? Tangible assets are those assets which can be touched or seen. For example, here, this is a book. This can be touched as well as seen. Just keep your book in your hand, like me, and see, you can touch this book and see this book. This is the book of accountancy. Similarly, this is a glass of water. This glass, I touched it and I saw it. I could see this pen. This is the thing, I can touch it and I can see it. Those assets, computers, vehicles, land and building, these can be touched as well as seen. The assets which can be touched and seen are called tangible assets. And now next type, that is intangible asset. Very simple. Intangible asset is opposite of tangible asset. These are those assets, yes, which can neither be touched nor seen. Those assets which can neither be touched nor seen. For example, if we have an efficient manager in the company, due to his efficiency, our company is improving day by day. We are earning profits day by day. The organization is strengthening, but the hidden property in the manager is his efficiency. This efficiency in our manager is an asset. Is an asset, but is an intangible asset. Because we can't touch this asset, we can't see this asset. We can neither touch nor see this efficiency of our manager, although it's a very nice asset for the company. Similarly, we have goodwill. Goodwill, copyright, these are the examples of these intangible assets. Copyright, trademark, Suppose we have some articles we purchase for domestic purposes, and there is a trademark on them, say ISI, or we have a quality of oil, there is P visible written on the oil can. This is we can say trademark, and this trademark is known as intangible asset. So efficiency, goodwill, copyright, trademark, such examples are the examples of these intangible assets. You know, my dear students, now tangible assets are those assets which can be seen or touched, and intangible assets are those assets which cannot be touched or seen. Now, let's have the second type of assets. I have already told you that asset is of two types, that is non-current assets and current assets. The first type we have discussed already. Now we are going to discuss the second type, that is current assets. What are current assets? Very simple. This is the reverse process of these non-current assets, opposite of non-current assets. We already know that non-current assets are those assets which can be purchased for long-term use, and its opposite is these assets can be purchased, the assets which are purchased for short-term use. For example, for a period of 1 year, about 1 year. And second thing, non-current assets, these are not meant for sale, but here current assets are meant for resale, or meant for sale or resale. Number one, current assets, these are meant for sale, number one. Number two, these can be purchased for a short period of time, about up to about 1 year. And non-current assets, these can be purchased for a long period of time, which can be used for years together. Here is example of this current assets. Cash in hand, cash at bank. Cash in hand is a current asset. We can have, if we have cash in hand, we can use it as early as possible. If we have cash at bank, we can use it within 1 year. We have no need to get loan from this bank. Another example, this stock of goods. Stock of goods. A company having stock of goods means it possesses current assets. Another example, bills receivable. If we have bills or checks which are being receivable by the company in a short time, that means the company also possesses these current assets. Bills receivable, this is another example. Yes, one thing is here which you must remember, my dear students, that is these current assets these are also called floating assets. Or circulating assets. Floating assets or circulating assets. That means these assets can be circulated, these can be transferred and can be converted into cash. We transfer some products from our company to another, or from another company to our company. That means these products are circulating, cash is circulating. When this cash is circulating, products are circulating, or bills are circulating, that means these are the assets. But what type of assets? Current assets. I hope you must have you would have understood fully what is meant by the term asset, what are its types, and what are the types of these non-current types of assets are non-current and current assets, and what are the current types of non-current assets. This is all for today. We will we will meet again in such a way tomorrow or the next day. Uh, these things, please remember, these assets, this will come again here in our numerical questions. You must have the basic knowledge of these assets, current assets, non-current assets. So this is all for today. Goodbye.